One of the best things about turning 50 is realizing how much you have changed and how much you have grown, and learning that there are so many things that I did when I was younger than 50 that I just refuse to do now that I am over 50. And I wanted to share these with some of you young people. Maybe it'll help you as you navigate life, and might take you less time to learn these lessons. The first thing is to stop being quiet when I need to speak up. When I was younger, I was painfully shy and so quiet. And I think some of it was because sometimes when I would say things when I was really young, people would tell me to be quiet, that they weren't talking to me, that they weren't interested in my opinion. And so over time, I just stopped speaking. I really stopped talking. I retreated into myself. I became a reader, which was an amazing thing because I learned so much. But at the same time, it took me a while to really find my voice. And as I got older, I realized that those people telling me to be quiet wasn't about me. It was about them. Either not wanting to hear what I had to say, not having the time to answer my questions, maybe not even having the answers to some of my questions, or be able to explain the opinion they had based on some of the challenges that I gave with my questions. And so I don't do that anymore. Now, if I have something to say, I say it. I try to be kind with my words, but I don't hold back. Realizing that much of what we've been told about happiness and becoming happy in this life was a lie. Especially as an American, being told you need to go to college and make so much money and get a big house and a big car and have the kids and the fence and the nice suburban neighborhood. I have seen so many people get those things and not be happy at all. I've seen so many people get those things and wonder why the happiness hasn't settled in. I've seen people get those things and become angry because now they have to maintain those things and they have to do things that they don't want to do, like work in jobs that they don't want to work in, 2 hours away from their home, that they have to spend time with people that they can't stay spending time with to maintain the things that we were told that would make us happy, and they are miserable. You get to decide what makes you happy. You get to choose. Spend some time figuring it out. Spend some time learning about who you are and the things that matter to you. Don't allow other people to completely dictate your life. And I know it's hard. When you're young, you've got family, you've got friends, you've got parents, you've got all of these people in your ear who know better than you, who are wiser, who are older. But people can only come from a place of their experiences. They just can't. They can't share things that they don't know. And sometimes if their experiences are limited and what they have learned to experience is happiness, or what they have decided is happiness for them, doesn't always work for you. It may not work for you. So you get to decide what that is. And chasing things is not going to lead you there. One is probably something that you've heard other people say, but it bears repeating. Stop worrying about things that you cannot control. And it is something that is repeated constantly because it is so important. And it's something that we do all the time, especially as women, especially as mothers, especially as caretakers. We want to control everything so that we won't have a negative outcome, so that we won't feel anything that we don't want to feel, so that there's nothing that will happen that we don't want to happen. When worrying doesn't do anything, especially when you are concerning yourself with other people and their decisions in their lives. Absolutely does nothing but cause you stress. Helps you, makes you gain weight, and Lord knows we don't need anything else moving to the hips, right, ladies? So stop worrying. Stop worrying. It is it's useless energy. I don't want to call it an emotion because it's not even an emotion, but it's a waste of energy, and it's a complete waste of time. Instead of worrying, channel that into prayer. If you are a spiritual person, channel that into thinking positive thoughts about the other person. channel that into maybe some quiet reflection and meditation on that person. But worrying is a waste. Another lesson that I've learned is that I'm not going to be polite when I don't want to be polite. I'm over that. We're taught, especially as women, to be nice, to try and have nice things to say. If you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. But what about when people aren't polite to you? What about when people are rude to you? What about when people try to walk all over you? What if people are just unkind to you when you haven't done anything wrong? Are we not supposed to speak up for ourselves? When I was very young, I worked for a company that would not give me a promotion because I was pregnant. And the male manager actually told me that I was not be eligible for this promotion because I was pregnant. And I was very young. I didn't realize this was discriminatory. And I also didn't want to be disrespectful to my manager. And so I let it go. I wouldn't let that go now. I've learned to appreciate the little things. And I know that that is something that people say a lot. Appreciate the little things. Appreciate the little things. Don't worry so much about all of the big things. The little things are what really matter. And of course, you like sunsets, right? I like a sunset as much as the next person. Of course, I love to see the changing of the leaves. And actually, the leaves have changed and fallen completely off of this tree over here. Well, you can't see it, but I guess I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, they fallen completely off. But appreciating the little things is something you don't appreciate until you have accomplished so many of the big things that you were told you need to accomplish. And once you accomplish those big things and you realize that those big things don't bring you nearly as much happiness or joy as hearing your baby's laughter, as teaching someone something that they didn't know before and seeing how it actually changes their lives, as dipping your feet into clean water and being able to bathe in that when you've been places where you see people don't have that. It's not until you actually have achieved big things that you start seeing that they don't matter and that the small things do. Your attitude makes more of an impression and an impact on how people will see you than your education ever will. Being a person who is positive, who's optimistic, who others like to be around, who is humorous, who can laugh at themselves, who smiles, who actually takes time to learn about who they are, who's curious and inquisitive, makes such a big difference in our lives. Many times we're told that who we are inherently as a person and how we treat others inherently as people is not important. And it is important. It's the most important thing that will lead you to the success that you want in life. Because people want to be around other people who make them feel good. And if you're one of those people who can make other people feel good, then you will have a good life. Last thing today, ladies, spend more time alone. Spend time alone. Spend as much time alone as you can. I know women, we are social creatures, and I love being around other people sometimes. But I also like my own company. And when you are surrounded by other people constantly, you can't hear your own voice. You can't hear your own God, your own spirit. You can't hear the God within. You can't hear what you are being told to do because all you hear is other people. And I know that sometimes that's the scary part. We don't want to hear our own voices. We don't want to listen to ourselves because maybe some of the things that we're being told, we don't want to obey and we don't want to follow. And that's okay. That doesn't mean you don't need to spend time with yourself. Spend more time alone. Spend more time reflecting on the person that you want to become. Not the things that you want to do or the stuff that you want to have, but the person that you want to become, the woman you want to become, the kind of people, if you have children, the little people that you want to create, and how you want to help them to become magnificent people. Spend time alone. Spend time in reflection. Spend time looking back at your life to see not only the lessons, but the accomplishments, because they matter. What I'm excited about in this next phase of my life in these last, 30 or 40 years is sharing what it is that I've learned to help others. Because I feel like we don't always share. So much is a secret. It's so much is kept quiet when there's lessons that others can benefit from. And I don't know, maybe you're already on a journey and on a path of self-discovery and evolution. And if you are, then this video can help you continue on that path and think through some things maybe you haven't thought before. But if you're not, and you are 20-something or 30-something, consider a few of the things that I've said and maybe take one of them and reflect on it. All right, ladies, keep blooming.